into our MLB bets on Monday, and we have an interesting amount of lines. We have about 8 lines for Monday's game so far, don't we?
Yeah, we do, Higgins. I think most people are probably looking forward to this Giants Rockies game because we have a Coors game, Higgins, and that's always a lot of fun for fantasy, for betting. These high over unders, lots of runs being scored. Maybe some people want to get on the strikeout props. I don't know, but typically they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I'm on this game actually. I'm taking what everyone naturally should be taking when there's a game in Coors Field, which is the over. Actually, when we first started this rundown, the over was set at 10 and it was minus 110 each side, Brett. By the time I went and placed it when we were done with this rundown, it moved up to 10.5 at plus 115 value, so I took that value. I'd still take this over under up until 11 potentially, because if you look at how both of these teams have performed so far, the Rockies 8-2 over their past 10 games, hitting their over-unders. The Giants 6-3-1. They pushed in a 7-inning or a 7-run game against the Miami Marlins back on the 25th. So both of these teams, the bats are kind of flowing right now. So give me an over 10.5. It's not too high for me in that high elevation.
All right, fair enough. I mean, obviously the run line is going to be set high, Higgins, because we all expect runs at Coors Field. But you seem to like this one. You have reasons why you like it, and I definitely think the Giants and Rockies can put up a number of runs. So I think it's well within the realm of possibilities. Another interesting game that could be pretty high scoring. The Rangers take on the Twins. Kenta Maeda this year, Higgins, has a 6.56 ERA. He's surrendered
Ouch.
7 home runs. 36 people have gotten a hit off him this year. He is not pitching very well. Dane Dunning, not so great either. 3.97 ERA. Hasn't surrendered very many home runs, but uh, a 3.97 ERA is nothing to write home about, Higgins. So this can be a high scoring game. Personally, I'm just going to back Texas in this one because Kenta Maeda's numbers scare me, and I don't think the market has adjusted yet. I think people generally see Kenta Maeda versus Dane Dunning, and they're like, oh, Maeda's the better pitcher. But something just isn't right this year, Higgins.
I get that. I get that. And the plus 154 value on the money line, I think, is superb as well. And what should be a high scoring game. We've seen both these teams fully capable of putting up a ton of runs. So I'd expect it to be in the bullpen's hands, maybe not Kenta Maeda's hands, anyways. And that's kind of my feelings of the last game that I'm on. It's a heavy lean right now, mainly because I'm waiting for the other probable pitcher to be announced. We have the Baltimore Orioles versus the Seattle Mariners. Baltimore, the probable pitcher is Dean Kramer, but Seattle really, there isn't a probable player listed right now, so I'm gonna wait to see who that is. But the Mariners minus 1.5 at home right now are sitting at plus 180. And Seattle is the best team in the MLB against the run line. They are 20-9 at covering the run line. So at home against a Baltimore team that just played on the road today and is traveling to Seattle to start a new series tomorrow, I tentatively like this. I just want to see who's on the mound for Seattle first.
Yeah, I think that's fair, Higgins. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Could be a bullpen day for them. I don't know. So yeah, definitely something for us to keep our eye on.
Absolutely. Before we get out of here, Brett, the Levy Lock pick of the pod as always, and you have a 2-game lead, so what's the Levy Lock?
Well, real quick, Higgins, before I get to that, I just want to mention Glasnow versus Otani on Monday night should be a great one as well. And obviously, that'll be a lot of fun. I also think Dodgers Cubs, Bueller Hendricks is a good matchup. So there were some good games, just nothing I really wanted to bet on.
Yes, I got ahead of myself. You're right. That Rays Angels game should be very interesting. Otani, the last time he was on the mound, he got pulled for a blister, though, so I'd be interested to see how much of a rope they give him on the mound that night. The Dodgers, I probably would have been on their run line, Brett, but we didn't have one listed. We only had a money line. So Dodgers visiting Chicago tomorrow with Walker Buehler on the mound. I don't expect the Chicago Cubs to necessarily keep their hot streak that we've seen the bats of Baez and Rizzo keep going as much against a guy like Walker Buehler. So I might find myself in that Dodgers run line as well.